What's the crack, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Cards Everywhere here, bring you another weekly league deck profile. So today we're going to start off with the Brilliant Human Body cards with the Holy Grail. I have tried this deck with the touch, smell and sound, but it was a bit difficult to manage the energy. And I also had the tarot cards in here, but I found the disruption is a little bit better. You do sacrifice the power, but towards the late game, the opponent does tend to struggle with the energy a little bit. So I'll give you a quick rundown and we'll jump into a game. So first off, I've gone with the Blood, Sweat and Tears combo. So first off, Blood. On the play, if you have played Sweat and Tears this game, your opponent loses 75 power this turn. So you get this effect the second go around. Still pretty good. Next is Sweat. On the draw, if your deck contains Blood and Tears, your cards in hand cost -1 energy until played. Very useful for keeping the energy down. Next we have Tears. On the play, if played between Blood and Sweat, gain 60 power this turn. So it's a bit difficult to hold on to all three, but if we can, we will do so. Next up is Skin. On the draw, your cards in hand gain 22 power this turn. Simple but good effect. Next I've gone with Heart. At the start of a turn, a random Brilliant Human Body card in your hand gains 12 power until played. So we'll hold on to this card for as long as we can, but if we need to play it to make room for Blood, Sweat and Tears, we will do so. Next is the Fusion, the Brain. On the draw, your cards, wherever they are, gain 23 power for 2 turns, and this card locks for 2 turns. Then, on the return, an opponent's random card in hand locks next turn. Next, we've got a newer card, Femur. On the draw, your Brilliant Human Body cards in hand gain 15 power permanently. Fairly strong effect, well, in this deck in particular. Next, we have Consciousness. On the draw, if your deck has exactly 9 Arts and Culture cards, your Science cards, wherever they are, gain 18 power until played. If your deck has exactly 9 Science cards, your Arts and Culture cards, wherever they are, gain 18 power until played. And last of the Science is the Eye. On the play, your Brilliant Human Body cards, wherever they are, gain 20 power until played. Next we'll move on to the Arts and Culture. First off, Vitruvian Man. On the play, if your deck has 9 or more Science cards, your Arts and Culture cards, wherever they are, gain 18 power until played, and vice versa. Next we have the powerhouse of the deck, the Holy Grail. It is a mythic. On the draw, your Brilliant Human Body cards, wherever they are, gain 28 power until played. That is a huge boost to our deck. Next we have some more energy management. Boris the Younger. On the draw, your Holy Grail card, wherever it is, costs -3 energy permanently. And your Brilliant Human Body cards, wherever they are, cost -1 energy permanently. Next, a little bit more in the form of Sir Galahad. On the return, gain 1 energy permanently. And your Holy Grail card, wherever it is, costs -5 energy permanently. Next, for a bit of disruption, I've gone with the Gavel Goat. On the draw, your cards in hand cost -1 energy until played, and then you steal 2 energy from the opponent. Next is Ragnarok. On the draw, your opponent's cards in hand cost +2 energy this turn, and your cards in hand cost +1 energy this turn. Next is Sinterklaas. On the draw, your opponent's cards in hand with 50 or more base power cost +1 energy until played, and your cards in hand with 40 or less base power cost -1 energy until played. Then I've gone with Art Deco for a little bit more energy. On the play, this card gains 20 power permanently and gain +1 energy permanently. I might take out Art Deco for something else, but we'll play with it as it is for now. And finally, Icelandic Yule Cash. On the draw, your opponent's cards in hand cost +1 energy this round. So that's the deck, guys. It's a bit slow to start out with, unless we get our arena bonus straight away. But it has been fairly consistent for me. A bit more so than the other version. But it looks like we have found an opponent. So we'll just go straight into the first round here. We'll give a hello. So unfortunately we got the Grail very early. So we'll just get Vitruvian Man, the Eye and Femur around for a 355 start. So the opponent is playing some sort of, maybe a Crustacean deck, but definitely an Oceans and Seas deck if they're playing Tidal Wave. So his cards got a lot more expensive now, so maybe we can take advantage of that. So we got the Consciousness, the Heart, and unfortunately I do need to play Blood, as playing the Holy Grail this early without the reduction will put us off kilter for the energy for the rest of the game. So I'd rather lose a little bit of power now. So it is a Crustacean deck. Interesting to see. I think with the energy cost, it'll be a bit difficult for him later in the game when we start increasing the cost of his cards. Like there's Ragnarok right now. So we get the Tears beside the Blood. We get the Ragnarok around and we play Skin as well for a 479. We are burning through our energy fairly quickly at the moment. So the opponent just decided to play one card to conserve some energy. So into round 2. And there's our Sweat. So I will play that now just to get it close to the other ones. We'll play Art Deco for some energy and the Brain to get that back around. So it seems Sinterklaas is not super useful against him. We'll give him a happy face. Hopefully we lock down something useful for him there. We still haven't got our reduction cards for the Grail. There they are now, finally. So this will be a bit of a weaker turn. But he is starting to run very low on energy. So I think I will give up this round just to secure the rest of the game. So we'll go with the Sinterklaas, the Gavelgoat, and the Vitruvian Man for a 220. So we did lose the round, but that's okay. We'll send the... No, I'll probably hold on to Grail until the next rotation of the cards. Or at least I'll try to draw Boris. So we got our Consciousness. So we get the Eye, the Femur, and the Consciousness around for a 406 start. Plenty strong enough to get ahead. But certainly an interesting deck from the opponent. It's nice to see some new variation. And there's the Ragnarok. So we get the... Can we get the Grail out? I think I'll play Grail and Ragnarok. Just not to disrupt the Blood, Sweat and Tears combo. So since we are winning by a good bit, I feel safe enough to play the heart and skin right now and just call it there. And the opponent is now out of energy. We're very low, but we have plenty to spare, since our cards get cheaper and cheaper as we rotate around. So here we go into round 4. So we'll get blood and sweat and tears out for a nice big turn, and the opponent will struggle to come back from that. So we're a good 100 ahead now. There is the Yule Cash. So we get Art Deco, Galahad and Yule Cash around for a 302. Galahad and Art Deco will give us a little bit more energy. And if we happen to draw the Holy Grail, it'll be lovely and cheap now. Unfortunately not, but I think we've increased the cost of his cards by a little too much for him to do anything about it now. So I think 275 will be enough. Strong turn from the opponent, but too little too late, I think. Was a very good game. So that's it, guys. Let me know what you think down in the comments. If you have any suggestions to make this a bit stronger or more energy manageable, do let me know. Other than that, I'll catch you later in the week for more deck profiles and probably some grinding this week. So I hope you all enjoy, and I'll catch you next time. Cards Everywhere, out.